John here, and welcome back to the Super Awesome Geek Show. Today we have Venger and the Dungeon Master to look at from the classic D&D series. The old cartoon come to life in action figure form. I just had to have these when I saw them. Venger and Dungeon Master were some of the coolest characters back in the day, and I just had to get this set to go with my Dungeons & Dragons characters. And even though we had a depressing start with Bobby and him with his head being broken right out of the box, and a little bit of disappointment in Diana and Hank as far as their posability goes, we're still going to hope that Venger and Dungeon Master are a little better. So let's get into this one and see what we got. Cool artwork on the front, reminiscent of the cartoon. I love that. Dungeons & Dragons on the top and everything. All awesome animated stuff all the way around. This looks like it has a little diorama background, which is pretty cool. But again, seeing this now and knowing what I know from the other ones, I'm getting a little worried about the articulation here. I think they're mostly going to be just statues. So let's take a look here. We'll get this thing open and see what we got. Okay, so everybody comes in these tissue paper sort of backings. And we have the backdrop here. It's a big backdrop. Wow. Of the whole carnival ride. That is a big backdrop. Pretty neat. It's got the carnival ride they rode in on, and the whole... Were they in Seattle when they did this? And then on this side, it just has the D&D symbol. So you could actually just use this when you're playing D&D as your sort of Dungeon Master blocker. A lot of times the Dungeon Master will put a blocker so that he can do stuff behind the scenes. Cheat, right? He can cheat. So let's get these open. All right, here we go. So they come with so this is the percent die, which I forgot that you do need for this, for a set. So if the other three characters come with the 6-sided, the 4-sided, and the 10-sided, and then we have the percent die here, and we have a large size. So a regular 20-sided die is like that. So we have a large size 20-sided die. So that's like a crit die, a big cool large die to use. So we would have a full set of dice once we hit those other three characters. Dungeon Master, I think he's a neat little figure. He doesn't have any articulation on the bottom. He's just a solid, almost like I was thinking, like he's going to be a statue. He does go out and in with his arms. His head moves a little tiny bit. His arms are a little bit tough to move around, but He looks kind of neat, but again, I don't know. He's all right, I guess. Something about the quality and articulation, it doesn't quite make you, yeah. Now, Venger, that's pretty cool. He's got a slit in his, so that he can raise his arms up Oh, they had a cardboard thing underneath to make it so it didn't collapse. And he's got a slit in his cape. Because I didn't expect him to actually have legs. I thought it would be like a solid piece down here. So that's kind of interesting. Have to get his wings on. So his wings have a big peg and hole system here. Let me try this. All right, so here's the Dungeon Master. We'll do a little roundabout on him. And he's okay. You know, I think what the issue is that these were, in my opinion, expensive for what they are. There should be more articulation and more playability with these guys for the price that I think this was like almost a $60 set, wasn't it? Like $55 or something like that. And he's essentially a statue. There's not much you can do with the Dungeon Master. And he looks great. The sculpts are beautiful. The positives are that the sculpts are beautiful. The coloring is great. The paint apps are incredible. They look like the cartoons. They're going to look good as statues on the shelf. But they are really not action figures. There's such limited articulation that they shouldn't have called these action figures. They should have said premium statues and just given you them as statues. They're just not action figures. And Venger here looks... I'm surprised that the legs are underneath it, are fully articulated. They look great. Venger's probably the best one of the line. They thought about putting slits in the shoulder pad area so that you can move his arms up and do something a little more dynamic with him, like have that arm up. The wings look great. But again, you kind of want this arm a little more in front of his face. You know what I mean? You can't turn the head and make him sort of like clawing, like, you know, you want it more like this. But then if you do that, you've got this flap like up in the, like it looks strange. Like, look at this. Like, why is that flap like up in the air, you know? Am I being too picky? I don't know. For a $55 thing, I don't think I am. They've done Black Series and other things better than this, and they kind of dropped the ball with us on this one. I think they ripped us off. They knew our love of Dungeons and Dragons would get us to buy things, and it doesn't matter the quality or the condition. You know what I mean? And then he's got these other blast effect hands. So let's try one of those. We'll put one in this hand here. That's not bad, right? I mean, that's not bad. You could do that kind of pose. That sort of works. Yeah, that's not bad. I could see putting him on the shelf like that. Interesting. Yeah, that's not too bad. There we go, guys. Venger and the Dungeon Master. I think Venger so far is the best one of the line. Dungeon Master is alright. Just a little statue guy. And got some cool dice with it. It's good to play D&D with this. You could play some D&D with these dice. You know, one way to look at it is a good set of dice with all this is going to be around $10. So you're getting a free set of dice. You know, if you go to the game store and buy a nice set of dice, you're going to spend almost $10. So there you go. Yeah, so far I think Venger's the best one of the lot. Yeah. Okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm John. I'm out of here. Stay awesome, everybody. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. See ya.